Hello and welcome. It is my pleasure to be your host this evening in sharing with you what I call the DubLi story. Now this is a story that's going to start with a little bit of history, but the prelude to this is taking this DubLi model to a point in history that is going to be revolutionary, I guess would be the best word to say. Now my job is to give you as much information in as professional and a proper manner as I can so that you can make a great decision for you and your family. Now, you've been invited to this presentation by someone who has your best interest at heart. So please make some notes. If you've got some questions, anything that comes up, we do want you to get back to who invited you on the presentation and make sure that those questions are answered to your best advantage. In addition to that, it is my expectation that you have been given what I call a tour of DubLi.com. Now that is the retail side of our business. It is the underpinning. It is the value that DubLi brings to the public, and it is important that you understand the significance of that value. Now tonight I'm going to give you a little bit of history, how DubLi came into being, where they're at today. We're going to talk a little bit about the type of people that are running this company. I want to give you an idea of the model. I'll give you the high points as far as the retail side of the business, and then we'll talk a little bit about the financial side. So let's begin first of all and talk a little bit about the industry that we happen to be entering into. You know, if you want to be part of a business that's going to be very significant for you, the kind of growth that's going to give an opportunity for that upswing in any given business where you have that momentum, and you need to make sure that you're part of an industry that has that kind of growth. Now, e-commerce, we've all seen the reports on television, we've heard them on the radio, read them in the newspapers about how sales in what we would call the traditional world, the brick and mortar world, have been decreasing for years. The sales as it relates to the internet, online, have been increasing. Now, eMarketer, a source that tracks this information, has shown from 2012 to 2016, the end of this year, which is very close to hand, that the growth is going to go from $1 trillion in 2012 to over $2 trillion in 2016. Now, this is not just in one specific area. This is worldwide. You can see the distribution as it relates between different regions of the world. So this, as big as those numbers appear, is actually the tip of the iceberg. From here, this is going to go vertical. It's going to be incredible. When I go through the high points as far as what the offering is today to the public, we will talk about what they have in terms of cashback, the stores, the travel. We're going to talk about the thousands of stores and the types of products and the services that DubLi will offer to the public. But we need to talk a little bit about the company first. And the reason that I start with the company is because all of us have come to the realization that most startup companies will fail within their first 3 to 5 years. In fact, I would never recommend joining a company that isn't at least 5 years old and have gone through those trials and tribulations that all companies are going to have to go through, and make sure that they have the financial wherewithal and the capability of surviving. Well, first of all, DubLi started in 2003. We're 2016, so we're talking about a 13-year-old company. So they've definitely gone through that time frame of having trials and tribulations, and all companies, by the way, go through those times. There's no company that is exempt from it. In addition to that, DubLi is a publicly traded company, which means that you have the ability to do your own due diligence, to check the company out, to check the people out. And I would actually counsel you to do that. Now, as a publicly traded company, their headquarters is in Boca Raton, Florida, but they have 8 regional offices around the world. So if your interest is in building a regional business, national business, international business, you have the security to know that this company is building a business with a platform that's going to allow you to do that. The second piece is the management, is the people behind the scenes. Who's running the company? Who's directing the company? As I mentioned, they are a publicly traded company, and as such, they have a board of directors. Now, I'm not going to go through the specifics as far as each individual is concerned, because each one of you have the ability to go online and pull the backgrounds on all of these people. We're talking about past presidents and CEOs of other companies that are part of the board that is guiding this company. And that's everybody from David Polai, who's the chairman of the board, and the other members who are all directors on the board. Michael Hansen, also on the board as a director, is the founder of DubLi. In fact, I refer to him as the brainchild. This is his baby. He conceived the whole concept and has been instrumental in taking DubLi to where they're at today. Now, on the operations side, that is the running of the day-to-day business, the company has spent years, I mean literally years, to find the right people to put in their respective jobs, and they've gone out and searched from companies anywhere from Microsoft and Google and you know, many of the large security companies, internet security companies, to get the right people, to make sure that they have people in place that's going to help DubLi grow from where they're at and where they were in the past to where they're at today to where they're going to be going in the future. So again, they have a great group of people that's going to make sure that DubLi delivers on the promise that is made to the consumer and the promise that is made to those of us who've chosen to engage on the business side. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the offering. I'm going to give you this overview. It's a what I call a 10,000-foot overview, but the details are important. So again, I would ask you that who invited you on the presentation that you do get that tour. What DubLi has done, and their position is this: they're not asking a customer to buy their product because it's a new formulation, it's cheaper, stronger, taller, whatever the sales pitch is. What they're basically saying to the customer is this: buy from the same stores you already trust. Buy the same brands you already trust. Buy it online like you already are. What we suggest is come through us first one time. Let us see if we can help you get it at a better price, a convenient way, a buying experience that you enjoy. If we can, you'll use us, and if we can't, you won't. And oh, by the way, DubLi will also pay you cash back on the best price delivered to your home that you cannot get going direct to exactly the same source. You see, we don't have to convince people that Kohl's is a great brand, Macy's is a great brand, Office Depot is a great brand, Skype is a great brand. I mean, these companies over the years have spent millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars branding themselves so that they know, the consumer knows that these are brands that they can trust. The interesting thing is, even if the customer is registered with any of these stores and they get discounts, coupons, whatever benefits they get it all. Doesn't matter whose credit card they use. If they use a credit card that gives them frequent flyer miles, cash back, they get it all. They get everything. We call those stackable deals, but they get it all. And then DubLi still gives them the cash back that they can't get going direct to do exactly the same thing. DubLi represents literally tens of thousands of brands worldwide, over 1 billion products. The stores that are part of the community, which is worldwide, will offer special deals and coupons to the DubLi customers. The more the customer uses the site, it's personalized to them. They will have emails, newsletters, keeping them informed of the specific products and items that they have interest in. It's in multiple languages, multiple currencies. They have put everything in place to make this an exciting and an incredible service to the customer and their families. They've even gone so far as to say that they've got some products, one we call the SaveMate, which allows the customer then to register with DubLi one time. They don't ever have to come back to DubLi again. They can go and use Google, they can use Bing, they can use whatever their search engine is, and it pops up and tells them this store, this place gives you cash back. Here's the amount of cash back. There's a little button for them to activate so they never forget. In today's world, we all get busy. We're just trying to get things done as quick as we can. But this way, if we forget, the system will remind us. Even if we go direct to the store itself, we type in the store, we go directly there, it pops up right at the top. It says, hello, activate your cashback right here. So again, they make sure that the customer always gets that cashback, gets the great deal. The mobile apps that are coming out for the smartphones, same thing, simple, easy to use, access to everything that they need, the ability to tell a friend, a brother, a sister, just very simple. It's a great process for the customer to have what they need and to get a great deal, a great special. They can have the convenience of being able to do it from their smartphones. And by the way, there are certain parts of the world that is actually the preferred method for creating transactions versus using a computer. So DubLi is going to have everything covered from a customer standpoint on a global basis. The simplicity is the customer just registers for free. Then they pick their stores that's convenient for them in their respective countries. They go shopping, and they earn the cash back that they couldn't get going direct to do the same thing. Now, DubLi also has some memberships. Now, those memberships, 2 of them are free, and 1 of them is a paid membership. Now, everything I've just shared with you is the basic membership. And again, it's also free membership. So all that cash back, all those stores, all the stackable deals, everything is included. Now, the premier level, which is also free, cannot be bought, is part of what we call gamification. Now, gamification is out there today, and everybody's is using that as a tool to engage customers, have some fun. It's exciting, and I use Starbucks as an example. I happen to enjoy Starbucks. I've got it on my phone, and so when I make a purchase at Starbucks, they give me stars. Once I have so many stars, I get a free drink, or I get a download, or I get something for being a loyal customer. Gamification with DubLi is the same thing. They're going to have customers that get the what we call boost points when they download the SafeMate, when they use the app, when they write a story on a product they bought. There's lots of ways that customers earn boost points. It's fun, it's exciting, and it allows them to get up to double cash back. And so when a customer signs up the first time as a free customer, a basic customer, they will be automatically elevated to the premier level for 90 days and get that extra cash back, and they'll see how simple and easy it is to stay there. Then the third one is the VIP membership, and we would call it VIP Lounge. It's $99 a year. It's an annual. There's a number of different companies out there that have, annual memberships. They get special things or free deliveries or those types of things. With DubLi, there's an extra 6% cash back on every dollar you spend on any company, any store that you go to, on top of whatever you're getting as a premier customer or a basic customer. So they get all of that. There will be member-only, VIP member-only savings, coupons, specials, deals made available. It truly is the best value to the customer so that they can get the maximum that DubLi offers to the customer. But they can see their experience from a basic or premier level and then choose to select that membership if they so desire to do so. And the cash back, and by the way, we're talking real cash back. We're not talking about points or things that you go and you try to redeem. This is cash back that can be redeemed on a DubLi branded MasterCard. It can be redeemed through PayPal, through Bitcoin. You can transfer it to your bank account, put it on your debit card. Lots of ways to get the cash. If you use the debit card, or even if you put it onto your bank account, you can take it offline. So this is a way of earning that cash back online. Go offline and spend that cash back. It is simple and it is easy. The customers today are already experiencing it. There are customers that have given testimonials on how they've earned $800 in cash back, $1,000, $2,000. Even when you look at $800 cash back, I always ask the question, who wouldn't spend $99 to get $800 back? I mean, I'd do that all day long as often as somebody would allow me to do that. But it's a great way to create some savings for a family, to use that money on that cash back that's coming in, whether it's an idea of saving that cash back on money you're going to have to spend anyway for a child going to go to college. You're going to help them save to have some money to help them do that, whether it's to plan that annual vacation for the family and create memories, if it's to have an extra amount of money to buy a nicer car, whatever is important to the family, that cash back becomes a family fund to be able to do that. So that's the foundation. That's the base on a global basis. And on this foundation, DubLi will be bringing out many, many more services and products that will strengthen and enhance the value to the customer. So let's talk a little bit about the business side. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a high points regarding the business side of what DubLi has to offer for those of us who've engaged in the business. Again, I won't go into detail because once you've engaged with DubLi, we have some extensive trainings in detail to cover all of this for you. But I want you to give you an overview, an idea of what the potential is. And we have 8 ways that we earn through DubLi. Part of those methods include what we earn on transactions created by our customers and referred customers, our organizational customers, partner programs, and some fast start income that allows people, part-time or full-time, doesn't make any difference, to be able to start their business, have some cash coming in very quickly, to be able to sustain their business and or pay for some paid bills that are due. To engage with DubLi on the business side, we all pay $99. It's a one-time fee that gets us our business license. There is a renewal of $39 per year. Then we choose packages that will fit the business plan that we have in mind for whatever we want to do. So again, there will be people that engage that are going to do this part-time. There's some of those people that have, their own plans of what they want to do. Some people want to move quicker, build bigger businesses. It's up to the individual, but DubLi has put some products in place that will help us do that. One of them is the team member package. It's $495. It includes 6 of those VIP vouchers that I just was talking about. So that's $600 worth of product. Now, the new business associate will use one of those vouchers for themselves because obviously you want to be your own VIP customer, get all the benefits and cash back as a VIP customer, and at the same time, get paid on your own purchases as a business associate. So it's a great way to double dip in that respect. Then you have the other 5 to sell. You sell those 5 off, and people will have a great experience from it. You've recouped your cost dollar, if you will, for what you spent to buy the package, and you move forwards in building your business. The other way we can start is what we call our Partner Program Accelerator package. We call it our PPA package. Now, this is designed specifically for a couple of people in mind. One of them is business people who have already been successful. They've already made really good income. They've learned how to handle customers. They've learned how to handle employees. They're the kind of people that have a personality that I say, they want to move fast. They want to move quick. They'll say to you, I want to move through this as quick as I can. I want to get to the top ranks in your business. I want to make as much money as quick as I can, and I want to leave as little on the table as possible. This package is for them. The other individual are those who want to market partner programs. Now, partner programs are what we call co-branded websites that are run by DubLi on behalf of both profit and nonprofit companies. It could be an airlines, it could be a bank, it could be a school, it could be a church, it could be a charity, and they use DubLi as a means by which they can generate a 30% revenue stream on their database and referred database so that it can help them augment their cause or put more dollars on the bottom line. Those individuals who have contacts in that world will also want this package. Now, the package is $2,475. It includes the $99 registration so that you don't pay for that extra. It includes 30 of the VIP memberships. So that's $3,000 worth of products right there, real products. It also includes the certification training, which is basically it's $1,000, $995. That is required. Even if somebody did not start with the PPA package, they started at the $495 and then decided they wanted to be able to market partner programs, they still have to pay the $995 to go through the certification training so that DubLi knows that that individual is educated and trained on how to present it properly. Well, that is included in this package, so there's no additional cost. It doubles the organizational commission coming out of the gate, and it also allows the individual to have access to what we call our DubLi customer pages. These are landing pages that those of us in the business who didn't start with a partner program will pay $399 a year from. And those are landing pages that we can drive customers to. If you have a database like a partner program might have, you can use it as a reference point for people to go and look and see and sign up. But that's all included. That's $399. The value, the true value is $4,463. You're getting it all for $2,475. It's up to the individual to make the decision which is best that fits their business plan. Now, let's talk about the income. One of the ways that we earn income is on our personal commissions, on our personal customers. That's those customers that we personally enroll and who they refer, and they become part of our customer base. And we can earn anywhere from 20 to 30% commission on every single commissionable transaction that they generate. And we kind of grow through that because when we're brand new, just starting the business, we have no VIP customers. And so we're at 20%. When we have 10 VIP customers, it goes to 25. 20 VIP customers and over, it goes to 30% from that point forward. Simple and easy to grow our business and to have those VIP customers, especially when they see the value. Now, this gives you a quick look at what that could represent. Now, it's a snapshot. This is not a representation of income or anything along those lines, but I want you to understand the potential. And this basically says you got 100 customers. 80 are free, 20 are VIP. Now, DubLi has learned over the years that a free customer will earn $150 cash back each year. And so if you do the math, and you're going to have 20 VIP customers, so you're at the 30% commission on that cashback dollar amount. So if you do the math, 80 times 150 times 30%, there's your $3,600. Now the VIPs, you have 20, same 150 that they're going to earn on the free cashback aspect. So 20 times the 150 times the 30%, $900. But they also get the 20% commission on those $100 vouchers. So there's $396. So you can earn $4,896 each year on a small customer base of 100 customers. Now, you can have thousands if you want. It could be 50% are VIP and 50% are free. I mean, again, it's just an idea to give you a snapshot. You can do your own math on what you think you could grow your business to. Now, I want to take you through the simplicity of moving through our ranks so that when I go through the rest of the compensation, it makes sense to you. When somebody registers for $495, they're given the title of team member. That's what this TM stands for. This is the ranks right here on the left, and I'm going to show you how this grows. So when you've enrolled 3 people who are team members personally, you get a promotion to what we call team leader. Very simple. Enroll 3, you're a team leader. Help those 3 team members enroll their 3 so they become a team leader like you were. Now you've got 3 team leaders, you get another promotion to what we call team coordinator. Again, very simple, very easy, very duplicatable. Duplicate it one more time so you help the 3 team leaders do what you did, so you're helping their team members become team leaders, they become team coordinators, and you get your next promotion to what we call sales director. That's what SD stands for. In a perfect world, which we do not live in, it would be 3 who get 3 who get 3. It would be 3, 9, 27. You could make sales director with basically with 39 people. Now, in the real world, our sales directors, when they get there, have anywhere from 50 to 300 people because that's just the natural way the business grows. The top 2 positions are vice president and senior vice president. It changes a little bit here in that you need to have 5 sales teams. Someplace in each one of the sales teams needs to be a sales director. They do not need to be personally enrolled, and you get promoted to vice president. Senior vice president, same basic structure, minimum of 5 sales teams, somewhere a vice president, again, doesn't need to be personally enrolled, and you're promoted to senior vice president. So that's the top position in our business. So it's an easy process so you can see how the duplication takes place. Now, I went through that so that you see how this will apply to the Fast Start side as well. So the second source of income is on the pure Fast Start bonus, if you will. So if somebody starts at the $495 package, what we call commissionable values $450, 10% is $45. If they start for the $2475 package, the PPA package, the commissionable sales volume is $2250, 10% is $225. Very simple, very easy, 10%. Now, we also use what is called a binary function to help also generate income on the what we call the Fast Start side of our bonus. Right now, the only thing I want you to make note of is, and again, because we go through this in detail in training, is this also represents 10%. So if you figure 10% pure off the personal enrollment, 10% on the binary cycle, what we call a binary cycle. And by the way, that's not just what you do, but everybody does, because you can sponsor 5, 10, 15, 20 people, but for the Fast Start side of it, all of that is funneled into 2 teams, one on the right, one on the left. They got to go someplace, and that's why you've got a group working together that can make this income right here very, very handsome. It's capped at $25,000 a week, but it's a great way to help people make some really good money quickly, whether they're part-time or full-time. It will be commensurate with their time, their energy, and their effort they put in the business. Now, in addition to that, here's what DubLi has done. They also pay a 10% bonus on the binary check of any of the people you personally enrolled, regardless of rank. So if you've personally enrolled 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, whatever their check is, you're going to earn 10% on that. Then as you move through the ranks, you become a team leader. Then they pay a generation. It's not levels, by the way, generation. So it's the next team leader organization. You get paid 10% on the whole thing. Team coordinators, you'll pick up 2 generations on the matching bonus. Sales directors picks up 3 generations, two 10s and a 5. And both vice presidents and senior vice presidents pick up 4 generations, 2 10s and 2 5s. So this is, again, another way that DubLi can, reward somebody for their energy, their effort that they put into the development of their business, supporting their teams and helping them. And that's all really good money, quick money that can be made very quickly. And then this, again, is the representation of how you move through the ranks. Now, this is also on what we call the residual income. That's why all of us are here. Residual income to build something that down the road, whether you've been in the business a year, 5 years, 10 years, you retire, as long as the customers are doing what they do, and the customers always will because they're not in our business, you will be paid on an ongoing basis. And so it works this way. Remember I said you were a team member. Now as a team member, after that very first purchase, everything else goes into the organizational commission side. So when you get promoted to team leader, you pick up another 5%. Each one of the positions is assigned 5% commission, so it's an add-on. Senior vice presidents are 2.5. So when you get promoted from team member to team leader, you pick up another 5 for a total of 10. Team coordinator, you pick up another 5 for a total of 15. Sales director, you pick up another 5 for 20. Vice presidents, you pick up another 5 for 25, and senior vice presidents 2.5 for 27.5. Now, the way we get paid here, it's on a differential basis, meaning that if you are a sales director at 20%, one of the sales teams that you have has a team leader, and at 10%, you get paid the difference, or 10%, through that entire organization to the bottom. If you're a vice president, you have a sales director organization, the difference is 5%. If you're a vice president, you have a team coordinator organization, the difference is 10%. This is why the residual income is so strong. It's not just on a business associate, it's on the entire customer base globally. Now, as you build your business and you're moving through and you reach the team coordinator level, you also pick up a generation, because you're going to have equal ranked individuals in your business. So that means when you are a team coordinator and you have a team coordinator in your organization, then you pick up a 2% generation override off the entire team to the bottom. Sales directors will pick up 2 generations of sales directors, 2% and 1%. Vice presidents pick up 3 generations, 2%, 2%, 1%. Senior vice presidents pick up 1.5% and 1%. Now, what I want you to understand is don't worry about the percentages. Don't say look at they're too small, because we're talking about massive numbers. When you're talking about a retail-driven business model, it doesn't matter if you're talking about nickels, dimes, quarters. When you got millions of transactions being generated, it's an incredible income stream, residual income stream. Now, this is to give you kind of a quick idea of what I'm talking about. This is just, again, a snapshot. And this says that you're a business associate. You have 100 total business associates in your organization. You only have 30 customers each. 20 are free, 10 are VIPs. So real quick math, if you do the math on it, that means there's 2,000 free customers, 1,000 VIP customers. Here's the membership of $99. This is the earnings that will be generated off of that membership. Here's the $150 cashback earnings on all of the members, all of the customers. You do the math at 30%. So this is the commissions that are earned on both sets of numbers. And then this is the total. So that means with a small organization of 100 business associates, only 30 customers each, it's $55,000 a year. By the way, that puts you in the top 5% money earners in our country. 55,000 is the top, 50,000 top 5% money earners. Now, you can have whatever you want. If you had 1,000 business associates over time, that's over $500,000. So that just gives you an idea of the potential that DubLi represents. Now, in terms of building your business, DubLi has put all of the tools in place: marketing materials, online, offline, training materials, magazines, you name it, it is all there, done professionally for you. The DubLi Academy is designed to teach all of our business associates how to build a business, how to run a business, all the things that they need to be successful, and DubLi has taken the challenge on to do that themselves. Already, we're seeing reports on Fox Business. You know, Donald Trump Jr. did an expose, did a report with Michael Hansen, the founder, on it. So Network Commerce, magazines, you're going to see more and more of this as we move forwards in the future. Last point that I want to cover with you real quick here is our partner program. As I mentioned to you, this is for both this is for both profit and nonprofit companies. Again, it could be, you know, an airline's logo up here instead of DubLi. It could be United Way. It could be a bank. It could be a church. It could be whatever it is. And they are earning a 30% revenue stream on every transaction being generated. This is a snapshot. This basically said it's a partner program with just 10,000 customers. Many partner programs have databases of hundreds of thousands and or millions. Same 80-20 rule. 10,000 customers, 8,000 are free, 2,000 are VIP. Here's the same math extension, folks. $99 for the membership. Here's the earnings capability. $150 for the annual cash back on all of the customers. Here's the extension that's run on that. So that means this partner is earning a little over $500,000 with 10,000 customers. Now, again, it could be, 20,000, 100,000 customers. It could be 5,000 VIP. It could be whatever it is. But this is, again, to give you a snapshot. Now, the business associate who introduced it, the minimum commission for them would be 10%. So on that same $500,000 that the partner earned on that volume, the business associate will earn $169,800. So you can see the power that is represented in the partner program. Whatever your choice is, whatever your business plan is, whether it's to build a small business, do it slowly, move quickly, national, regional, international, the packages are there. It's your choice. It's strictly up to you, whatever fits your business plan. Now let me summarize it in this way. DubLi, for me, I came from a retail background before I got involved in the direct sales industry. And I was there, with a retail chain. I ran a division of a retail chain. It was a precursor to Walmart. So I saw what happened when Walmart came onto the scene. They were out in the rural areas. They weren't in the big cities at the time, moved into the big cities, and became the giant that they are today that we all know about. And we've seen the books that were written on Sam Walton and on Walmart and how they changed the dynamics of the shopping public forever. DubLi is, again, one of those companies that will change the dynamics of the public, but on a global basis in a significant way that's been unprecedented. So this is not only about an incredible business, it's about being part of history in the making. That's why I say at the beginning of a presentation when I do it, for me, it is a privilege and it is a pleasure to be able to share what I call the DubLi story. So please get back to invited you on the presentation. Our job is to give you the facts just to make sure that you've got everything that you need so you can make a good decision for you and your family. Whoever it is, let them get those answers for you. If you've not had that tour of DubLi.com, please make sure you get that tour so you can see the value of that. Again, my name is for me, it is a pleasure and it is a privilege to have been able to share that DubLi story with you. Have a great evening, and I will see you on the next presentation.